I've seen people pass out through heat exhaustion. It's just chaos. We've been here personally since 3 a.m. and this is crazy. It's literally almost 11.
7 hours into this. We paid $600 a ticket plus $300 for the car camping pass. Like, this is absurd. Why are we spending this money to spend 8 hours in a car and we're not even inside yet?
Doses and mimosas, champagne and cocaine. Let me through.
After what happened last night at Coachella, people are now confirming this is the most worst Coachella in history. Now, Coachella has responded and people are pissed. Not only were lines to get in over 13 hours, when they were stuck, people had nowhere to go to the bathroom. Some had to resort to going you-know-what on the side of the road. Once people got in, their camping conditions were awful, with some people having snakes in their tent and lines for showers being over an hour long and really stinky. But this is where it gets even more worser. Most people spending $7,000 to go through what looks like military training. And over half of Coachella is paying for their tickets on payment plans. It has people crying and going home early, but this is where it gets more sadder. People are saying this year's Coachella is basically like the Hungry Games, where some people are camping in over 100-degree weather, while a lot of celebrities are in hotels with air conditioning. Even more worser, food is even more expensive than Air One. Their chicken tenders and a lemonade cost over $31, and an iced latte is $13. And that a lot of the outfits this year are not good. And at the concerts, that it's so full, people are being squished and are not enjoying the concerts. And as of now, Coachella has allegedly not said anything about these issues. This is all alleged. Would you ever go to Coachella?
This is awesome. Senator Bernie Sanders just spoke at Coachella.
Imagine just vibing at Coachella and Bernie fucking Sanders comes on the stage.
Now I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. I had no idea that Coachella was currently taking place. And the moment that I realized that Coachella is truly dead in the water, it is done, it needs an absolute rebranding, is when I was alerted to the news that none other than the old dude from Curb Your Enthusiasm came out to talk to the crowd, probably about the oligarchy. Oh wait, never mind, sorry, that's just Bernie Sanders in what looks to be some sort of assisted seating situation at Coachella. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to have grandpops just standing the whole time. That's ridiculous. But yeah, it turns out that old man Bernie made his way over to Coachella to give his own performance. Now, I could almost guarantee that his performance had something to do with the millionaires and billionaires who are in control of the government. Of course, not including himself, who is literally a multi-millionaire in government, in control of the masses' perception and policy, and has been in that place for the last 763 years, 22 days and 12 hours.
Like you've been sleeping in a tent in the desert for 2 days. You just slapped a warm bag of boxed wine and drank it with your boys, had a tab of acid and sandbags on the stage. You haven't had a green vegetable in a week. You're pretty sure the only thing you ate yesterday was a slice of pizza. And you're just trying to figure out if you should smoke your first blunt at the Dulab stage or at the Sahara tent. This dude's like, oligarchs.
And slammed Donald Trump and Elon Musk during his speech. Just take a look.
He slammed them. It's too funny, man. Okay, so Coachella is owned by AEG Live, right? The founder of that company is a literal billionaire. He's the 45th richest person in the United States. And Bernie Sanders is constantly railing on supposed oligarchs.
Great country of ours is moving very rapidly in the direction of oligarchy. The United States of America today is increasingly becoming an oligarchy. More and more moving toward an oligarchy. We are moving in the direction of oligarchy. We will move even more rapidly in the direction of an oligarchy. This great country is evolving into an oligarchic society. It is called oligarchy, and that is the system we are rapidly moving toward. This is a budget that moves our country rapidly into the direction of oligarchy. A handful of billionaires are moving this entire planet toward an oligarchic society.
Start off with the bad news, which is pretty bad, and that is that under Donald Trump, this country is hurtling rapidly toward oligarchy.
And billionaires and rich people, and especially the likes of Live Nation, for example. It's the second largest Live Nation competitor? AEG, who owns Coachella, who were the ones that allowed him to get on the stage and say, oligarchs. He slammed them, dude.
I'm not going to be long, but this is what I want to say. This country faces some very difficult challenges.
People are not even paying attention. They're like, yeah, let's go blaze. Let's go back to the tent and fill up on White Claws, dude. I have been to more music festivals than probably 99 out of the next 100 people. My tally of music festivals is probably well over 150 at this point. I've seen every possible thing that you could see on stage, and I will tell you this with absolute certainty. Unless you're playing music, nobody gives a shit what anyone says on that stage. They don't give a shit. They don't. They're there to party and have fun with their friends. If you're at a place to dance, you're not worried about the government. You go there to escape those types of thoughts. And even though I understand the theoretical attempt to appeal culturally to the youth, that ain't it, dude. And the fact that you might hear people reacting could be completely unrelated to the stage at all. Like, somebody could literally be in the distance on the other side of the stage that could be like, shut the hell up, and people might cheer for that. Like, you could literally put a slice of pizza up on the stage or a cake, and someone could just throw the cake in the audience, and people would cheer for that. They don't care about this, and any crowd reaction caught in any cell phone video is meaningless, dude. DJ Steve Aoki, literally one of the most famous DJs in the entire world, has played shows across the planet where he literally throws a sheet cake at people in the audience. So much so that people will go to the show with a sign that says, throw a cake at me, and then he throws the cake at them from like 30 feet away. It hits them directly in the face, and everyone's like, yeah!
And the future of what happens to America is dependent upon your generation.
Yeah, that's part of it. And here's another clip where the crowd booed Donald Trump.
Now we got a president of the United States who... I agree.
Again, this proves nothing. Everybody knows that only the youngest people make it that far up in the front of a huge stage like that. So the people that are up front have likely been standing there for a really long time and are the youngest in the audience. Because they're willing to get sweatily bodied shoulder to shoulder to where they can't even really enjoy the dancing or whatever. They had to camp out up there to get that front. Those are the only people you'd be able to hear on that microphone. It's nighttime. They're probably hammered. They're probably just like waiting for this dude to get off the stage. And it's in ultra-liberal California anyhow. Oh, and by the way, the tickets are super expensive. So you're just like an 18-year-old person that bought an $800 ticket that's waiting at the front of some stage for your favorite artist, and he's just like, Donald Trump, and they boo. Yeah, fine, dude. What does that prove? Nothing. Like I said, if Bernie Sanders took a sheet cake and threw it in their face, they would have been like, yes!
Bernie was opening for Claro, a performance at Coachella, and he's absolutely right. Donald Trump is dangerous.
And that is absolutely your opinion.
He's dangerous. Shut up, dude. He's opening for it. Dude, if Bernie Sanders is opening for you, dude, you're in trouble. No, he's just filling the empty space while they set up for the next DJ or next musician to start. That's not opening for. Oh, up next, DJ Bag of Dicks featuring Sandbags. Opening for.
And we're at a pivotal moment here in the United States. But it's just remarkable how he and AOC have been having these rallies across the United States and also breaking into cultural spaces like Coachella and speaking to people who may not have heard from politicians all that often.
Breaking in, dude. Nah, he did the equivalent of stopping the music at a party, getting on the mic, and being like, let's talk about world issues. This is not remarkable by any stretch of the imagination. Bernie Sandbags, who goes around the country railing about billionaires to a group of people that travel to 13 rallies or whatever in a row, was allowed to speak in the dead space in between two musical sets on a stage at Coachella in ultra-leftist California to talk for 2 minutes because the billionaire that he approves of allowed him to get on the mic and speak there. It's no wonder that the prominence of mainstream music festivals like Coachella, even though it's not just unique to Coachella, have been declining in recent years.
We all know Coachella. It's a bellwether for cultural momentum, and right now, it's signaling a full-fledged vibe recession. Search interest for Coachella peaked in 2018. Beachella, Instagram's golden era, influencer-led hedonism. Since then, a steady freefall. 2024, weekend passes went for under face value on resale sites. In 2025, the same trend continued. Keep in mind we're talking about Coachella that used to sell out within seconds and then resale for triple the price.
I know a handful of those people that would wait by the computer at whatever midnight or whatever day would, the sale would start, and then literally hold on till it passes and get the highest bidder.
And personally, I don't think the lineup is the problem, though we all know it could be better. But this trend seems to reflect that it's not about the names, it's about diminishing returns on status capital. Coachella became the Olympics of clout, and then the algorithms changed. And some of the influencers, they're not even at the festival they're paid to be at. Welcome to the era of Coachella. In 2024, over 40 million tuned in from home. Why brave the heat when you can stream 6 stages and Uber Eats margaritas? But this isn't just about one festival. From Bonnaroo to Lollapalooza, South by Southwest to Ultra, every major US music fest is trending down. And honestly, this is what a demand reset looks like. Overpriced GA tickets, saturated lineups, and a fragmented music landscape where fandom is wide but not as deep as it used to be. So no, Coachella isn't dead, but its business model, scarcity, status, and surprise is. And what Coachella really needs is a new flywheel. Coachella was the stage. Now the stage is everywhere, and you don't need a wristband to log on.
But yeah, this is so remarkable. I really do hope that they continue with this trend. Up next, we got Jasmine Crockett opening for 3-6 Mafia. And we got Cory Booker and Ayanna Presley doing a B2B over at the Planned Parenthood stage. Cultural. Donald Trump is a threat. He's dangerous. Up next, DJ Mothball and the Two Loose Khaki.
Every day you wake up, you got a decision to make. To go right or left, up or down, right or wrong. At the end of the day, you make the decision. Nobody forces you. So make the right decision. Make moves, set the goal. Stop making excuses, man. And if it look like a duck, walk like a duck, and sound like a duck, it's a duck. Stop guessing. Just do the right thing. You heard? You hear me? I love y'all. Stay positive. Love one another.
All right.
My husband brought me to Coachella, and I was so excited that he invited me, and we're car camping, and I'm just happy to be here to spend this time with him, except for the fact that he hasn't been here much. He's only been here to sleep and shower and eat. Anyway, today I'm making him hot dogs, and these are his favorites, so I really do hope that he comes back soon. I don't know where he's at. He's treating this more like Coachella or Hochella. I mean, I'm sure he's just hanging out with a bunch of girls, I can imagine. And he just brought me here to make sure he has clean clothes and food. And anyways, I'm making him these hot dogs. These are his favorite. I make sure to add all his favorite toppings because I am an obedient wife, just like my grandmother trained me to be. But it is hot in this tent.